All right, Darren, I appreciate you taking the time to speak to us today. Welcome to Ball and First. It's good to meet you.
Good to meet you too after all these years.
Exactly. So going back and starting in the beginning, when you started working with some of the Ruthless artists, can you tell me about how you got with Ruthless and some of the artists you started working with when you got to that label?
I met Lazy Bone first. And actually I met his homeboy Gold, who was part of the Mo Thugs, R.I.P. Gold. And I met him through the Booyah Tribe, who I was working with back then. You know, we were all good friends and stuff. And they introduced me to Lazy's right-hand man. I played him some beats. He was like, dude, those beats are fire. Like, I need you to come to the studio tonight. We're working on the Resurrection album. Mm-hmm. So I went there that day or that night to the studio, and it was Lazy, Busy, and Flesh. And I started playing them some beats, and they just started going like bananas. Like, yeah. I remember Busy Bone jumped on top of the kitchen table. For some reason at the studio, he just started going crazy. And he picked up a chair and threw it across the room. It was like, you know, he just started rapping. I'm like, this is good. I know they like it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that night we started working on the Resurrection album. I ended up doing a couple songs on there, and then a bunch of songs on all their solo projects after that and stuff.
Okay.
So.
In Vegas, you had an incident over your chain at one point.
Yeah.
Do you mind? You don't, of course, not. You don't have to name names or anything, but can you tell the story about what happened that night?
Yeah, I was. It's crazy. I used to go to Vegas, you know, to blow off steam and stuff. Hence the name Darren Vegas. Mm-hmm. I was out there all day with family members out there and stuff. And then that night, I went out solo. I got the death row chain on. I would wear my chain solo and go out with like women, you know what I mean? I wasn't solo. I had a couple girlfriends out there and stuff. Mm-hmm. So I went out, like I didn't have no bodyguards or no weird shit like that. You know what I mean? Sometimes I would have homies with me, you know what I mean, in certain situations. But I was just out at the Bellagio partying at, I remember Club Light. That was the club back then, and with a couple girls. And then I had a limo. And we went back to the Crazy Horse 2, which was like my stomping grounds back then. Mm-hmm. You know, I knew a couple of the dudes that worked there and stuff, you know, familiar face or whatever. And I was dating a couple of the girls that worked there. So I was with one of the girls, and her girlfriend and me were all hanging out, having fun. I'm in there with my chain. I remember I had a lot of money on me too. I wouldn't spend money at the strip club per se. I would just buy drinks and have fun, but I wasn't one of the ones that would be throwing money like on the thing or whatever. Mm-hmm. But I would date girls, you know, when I would go out there or whatever.
Yeah.
Anyway, I remember going to the bathroom. This is like 3:34 in the morning. Okay. Mind you, I had been partying all day out there. Like, you know, I think we were drinking tequila shots and stuff like that, you know, just having fun.
Yeah.
And I'm in the bathroom taking a leak, and I hear this dude, and I kind of see somebody out the corner of my eye. He's like, yo, you with Death Row, huh? And I'm like, yeah. And I kind of look, and I recognize the dude, his face. Mm-hmm. I had seen him at the studio before with Suge.
Okay.
Right? So I thought it was one of Suge's homies. You know what I mean? Because I know this dude is from a blood neighborhood.
Gotcha.
I'm not going to say any names.
Right.
He was kind of a tall dude. And he's like, you with Death Row, huh? Like, yeah. He's like, oh, yeah, this is Bad Boy, man. Mm-hmm. And I thought he was joking.
Yeah.
I was like, fuck Bad Boy. And all of a sudden, ping, ping, ping. He starts letting off on me. We start fighting in the fucking bathroom. Mm-hmm. I remember the dude that was working in there with the towels and the colognes and shit was looking like, what the fuck is going on, dude? And that shit, mind you, I get done. I'm taking a piss, bro. I'm just getting done. And this dude fires on me. Mm-hmm. I thought that was super fucked up. It was super, like I said, I thought it was one of Suge's friends.
Yeah.
But the problem when you worked at Death Row, Suge had enemies that you didn't know about. So all of a sudden they're my enemies. Mm-hmm. And I'm sporting a Death Row chain. Yeah. This is the chain, but this is the original pendant from Death Row. You know what I mean? It says, you know, from Suge.
Yeah.
So anyway, so some people wanted these chains. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? If they had problems with Suge, I guess they had problems with me. Anyway, the bouncers come running there. Dude got my chain. Mm-hmm. Bouncers come running. Is there a problem? What's going on? I'm like, no, there's no problem. Because I'm not leaving without my fucking chain.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I had been dazed, caught off guard. So the bouncers, we go walking out of the bathroom, me and the dude that has my chain, both of us walk up to the bar, security's watching and everything to see what the fuck's gonna happen. People had run out of the club.
Yeah.
Because I guess we were in there in the bathroom. You know what I mean? Like the girls that I was with, they got scared. They took off because they thought the cops were gonna show up.
Gotcha.
So I said, hey, bro, give me my fucking chain back. You know what I mean? Meanwhile, because all the security's watching.
Yeah.
I know if I try to punch him right there, the fucking security's gonna break us up. I'm probably not gonna get my chain back. So I tell him, and he's like, man, fuck you. I ain't giving your shit back. I'm like, dude, I know who you are. What the fuck are you doing? I don't know if he was just fucked up or something, or who knows, dude.
Yeah.
And so I go, fuck that, man. Give me my shit. Let's go outside then. He's, let's go outside, 1-on-1, too. That's what I said. Let's go. You know what I mean? I said, you fucking dope fiend me in the fucking bathroom. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So fuck that. So we go outside the Crazy Horse, and to the side of the Crazy Horse is like all dark. It's like under a bridge, right? Like a freeway type thing right there or whatever. You know, it's just all dark and empty lot. I take my shirt off. I got my wife beater on. I'm like, man, fucking give me my shit back, bro. And we exchanged some words and stuff. And I was like, dude, I know exactly who you are. You know, like it caught me off guard, bro. Like maybe I should run and just try to punch him or whatever. But at the same time, it just threw me off so weird. It wasn't like a normal fight.
Right.
So, and I remember he squared up, I squared up. We're like this, and we had some words back and forth. And then a Cadillac pulls up, and it was a girl in the Cadillac. And I don't know what happened, but he threw me my chain. You know what I mean? So I just grabbed the chain, fucking took it. He got in the car and took off.
Yeah.
I don't know if he felt like fucked up for what he did, or he realized that, I don't know what happened. I couldn't tell you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was really weird. Next day I woke up, a little hungover. I was pissed off because I was out with these girls having a good time, and it probably would have, I had a killer suite. I had at least $10,000 in my pocket at that time. So at the same time, when the bouncers were all around me and we're going to be fighting or this and that, dude, I'm not trying to lose the money that I got in my pocket either. Because, you know, I play poker and blackjack. So that's my little,
Gotcha.
you know, stake. So anyway, I get back to death row that week, and I was talking with Suge. He's like, I said, like, yeah, man, you know, this dude so-and-so, he's like, man, he tried to fucking take he fucking socked me in the bathroom. He's like, what? He goes, what happened? I'm like, man, I'm taking a piss. He said, you know, you with death row? He said, this is Bad Boy. And I said, fuck Bad Boy. And I remember Suge started laughing. Like, he loved that part of it. But I was like, dude, I thought he was joking.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I would never say fuck somebody with my back turned to him.
Right. Of course.
If I thought they were serious.
Yeah.
I've been in a lot of fights in my life. You know what I mean? And I don't like to leave first of all, most people, when they're talking a fight, they're talking like this. I'm always like this, or, you know, or have my hands around my face or something, you know? So anyway, I got caught slipping, I guess. Then dudes wanted to go get the dude. I got my chain back, you know? I was like, you know, I really didn't want dudes to go get the dude.
Yeah.
But other people were telling me, oh, we're going to catch him over here or over there and different stuff like that. I'm like, dude, this shit is just so negative. I'm like, you know, I'm just going to go back to doing my music or whatever. I'm like, I'm pretty sure this dude will run into some bullshit. If he does people like this or whatever is happening with this dude in his life to where he would do some shit like that, or he hates Suge that much,
something's going to happen.
The karma is going to come around and get him on its own.
Yeah.
So to be honest with you, I let the shit go. Like, I was like, you know, I always learn, like, if you don't get down right then, or some shit doesn't go down, and you hold grudges with all the type of shit that will go down in hip hop and music, you probably get sick with cancer or something, because all the shit that goes on is so foul.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That you just can't take it sometimes. But I was like, fuck that. I'm going to make a hit record. You know, so back to the studio. And I still got the chain to this day. You know, there was a few incidences in my life when shit would get kind of crazy or whatever. So I survived all that shit.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.